Welcome to the Queen City, Cincinnati, Ohio, on the banks of the historical Ohio River. Where the best of the best will meet over this 4th of July holiday weekend at the Cincinnati Convention Center. You'll see the best in traditional karate at the 1992 AAU National Karate Championships. AAU Karate, first in amateur sports. Become involved with the Amateur Athletic Union Karate program, offering the finest local, regional, national competition structure, a gateway to the AAU Junior Olympic Games. AAU Karate has an extent of nationwide coaches and referee education programs, with an emphasis on quality traditional karate. AAU has the leading junior, collegiate, and senior programs in the United States. A tradition of excellence, the AAU, serving amateur sports for over 100 years. Hi, and welcome to the Cincinnati Convention Center. I'm James Edmondson, along with the president of the Ohio AAU and tournament director, Mike Ritter. Mike, the events here in Cincinnati, why Cincinnati?
Well, Cincinnati's a great place, and the AAU is a family-oriented group, and many of the families plan their vacation around this national championships. Cincinnati has a lot to offer them. We have the Cincinnati Zoo, we have Kings Island, we have riverboat rides, we have horse racing, we have fine dining, and it's centrally located. It's easy access from anywhere in the country.
Well, I know everything's going smooth for you right now. If there was one thing that you had to pick out that made this event a success so far, what would it be?
Well, that's easy. That's centrally locating everything at the convention center. We have a table for registration for coaches and referees to get their credentials. We have areas for the athletes to come and check in, to go over their pre-registration forms to make sure it's all correct. We have souvenirs. We have a martial arts supply area for the equipment that you might need for the event. We also have a credentials area after everything's taken care of with the athlete to pick up the credentials that allows them into all our parties and different events. We have advanced spectator sales for the tickets. And we also have an area selling advanced ticket sales to attractions. We have transportation available so that everybody has a means to get to our events around the city and get back.
Sounds exciting. Now, what can we expect over the next 3 days?
Well, we have Okinawan weapons competition. We have forms with the empty hand kata. We have kumite one-on-one sparring. And we have teams participating in all three of these disciplines. We have over 2,500 competitors here and over 100 teams. So you have the best of the best, and you're going to have a lot of action.
Speaking of action, let's head to the ring. Looks like that's a little big for him.
Yes, the bow should be probably 4 inches above the head. And that one's a little too big for this young man. He needs to cut it down. He'll have a little better control. This weapon's called the sai. In Kobudo, they'll use weapons in both hands many times, building an ambidextrous ability. Very nice form. This oar is called eku. There are many pronunciations of it, but what you see here is called the tuifa, or tonfa. The police today in America are using something called the PR-24 that is a takeoff of this weapon. It's very good defensive, offensive techniques. As you see across his arm, it makes a great defensive weapon for somebody attacking you. This young man is doing a kata called Shiromatsu no Kon. It's of Rukuen Kobudo. Here you see the Ora again, or Eyaku.
Looks like a lot of concentration goes into these forms.
A lot of time, a lot of discipline, and a lot of concentration is put in to perform the way this young man is. This young man has a lot of time, has a lot of good skill. Using the weapon is an extension of your body. The fight is done, defensive and offensively, solely with the weapon. This is a total separate martial art. It's not karate. This is kobudo.
Again, a lot of form in this.
This is a very interesting weapon. Not a lot of people use this. This is the kama. It's very dangerous. Razor sharp edge. I've seen many people cut themselves with this. You need to spend many, many hours working with this. It's a simple farm implement or an implement used around the home, cutting weeds, cutting cane or rice. Most of the weapons developed from that situation when the Satsuma clan ruled over Okinawa. They were not allowed to have weapons to defend themselves, so they developed means of defending themselves from the sword.
Wow, Mike, that was pretty good competition. Now, what do we got coming up next?
Next, we have the senior open kata, 35 and over. And we have the open kata for masters, 45 and over. And we have the mandatory kata.
Now, mandatory, what do you mean by mandatory?
Mandatory is when the athlete will select 3 katas from a predetermined list. Then they will be run in 3 elimination rounds. The first round will eliminate down to the top 16. The second round will eliminate down to the top 8. And then your third and final round will determine your winners.
Interesting. Well, back to the action. Now, what do we have here?
This is the mandatory kata. Mandatory kata is for adult advanced division only. It's a very precise competition. Prior to the competition, every athlete has to submit a list of the 3 katas that they are going to perform. They have to perform those katas in that exact order. If they come out and perform one out of order, they're disqualified. Or if they say the name of one incorrectly, they can be disqualified.
So they're basically really technical about this.
Oh, absolutely. In this competition, you're going to probably find the best tacticians for kata going on. Yeah, this young man I've watched for some time now, and I see a great improvement on him. He's somebody to watch this year. Keep your eye on him.
I can't get over the concentration that it takes for this.
Absolutely. Tremendous concentration. A lot of people think that, you know, the flash bulbs, the crowd noise or anything will interfere with what they're doing. If that's the case, you don't belong out here, especially in this mandatory competition. You really have to put everything out and just perform your kata. The mandatory competition is out of a group of about 15 katas. You pick the ones that you want to perform, and there are differences. There's the different styles in the sense of Shotokan, Shitoru, Gojiru, Shonru. All of our referees are trained. Many of them have rank in several styles, but all of them have to go through training where they learn about the basics of other systems and the movements of the katas from the different systems, so they are well versed in the forms of karate. This young man is Hiroshi Allen. He's from Monroe, Louisiana. He studies Shotokan, and I've seen him coming up through the ranks as a young man. He's now one of the top athletes, world-class competitor. You can see the concentration, and you can see how it's paid off, all the years of practice and dedication to the art of karate. He's a very good competitor here. He's one of the men you have to watch and try and beat.
I understand that discipline plays an important role on this.
Oh, absolutely. Discipline starts in the dojo and then has to come to the individual. It's a lot of discipline to take the time outside of just your class to work on your particular katas to make them this caliber.
I recognize this gentleman right here.
Yes, he's been around for a while. He's many-time national champion. He is a world-class athlete. He studies Shitoru karate from Hawaii. You can see the concentration in his face, and he's one of the people, again, to beat. Many of the people come in, the lower ranks especially, and they'll watch this type of competition and become very inspired seeing this level and this quality. And I've seen them go home, work and work and work over the next year, and when they come back, you see the difference. And again, it's due to the work, due to the dedication. You can see the preciseness in his movements, the jump right on the money when he stops. Scoring here is from 0 to 10, and there is decimals used. And again, they're watching just like gymnastics. They're looking for the body form, the timing, the balance, the smooth delivery of the technique. And of course, they're looking for the quality and the confidence of the individual that's performing.
Wow, Mike, that's got me excited. What do we have coming up next?
Well, next is Team Kata.
Team Kata. Now, what's Team Kata?
Team Kata is when 3 of the individuals will come together and perform their katas. They try and do it in synchronization, a lot like synchronized swimming.
Now, say, for example, if one athlete messes up, for example, it could affect the scoring.
Oh, absolutely. When they go together to practice team, it is a lot of discipline and a lot of times put into this to make sure that they're all doing it equally. The judges are looking for the same quality of kata, but you have to do it together.
Well, obviously, this is a team effort. Let's check it out. Now, Mike, do all these teams have to perform the same kata?
No, not at all. They choose the kata that they want to work on, and they develop that kata for their competition. There are 12 divisions of competition available in team competition. Watch closely, and you'll see the smooth movement together, the synchronization. It's a very, very, very tough competition. I've found in my own dojo that the students that come together and try and develop team kata, their own abilities increase dramatically from the extra work and the scrutinization they go over on each other, trying to work this form out. How many hours did they practice to make that kick together?
A lot of time and effort goes into this.
Absolutely, absolutely. A lot of dedication.
It's obvious that it takes a lot of time and dedication for team competition. Now, what else do we have coming up?
Next, we have the open individual kata coming up for the youth and adults.
Now, does that mean that the adults are going to be competing against the youth?
Oh, no. We have divisions set up. Each athlete will compete against their same age group and skill level.
Well, let's see how it works. Well, I know one thing for sure. I don't think I would have the courage to get out in front of all these people and perform.
Well, it takes a lot of discipline to perform in front of this many people, especially for a little guy like this. The development of discipline is a true trademark of karate.
Notice that there is a lot of youth competing in this event. Tell us about your youth program.
A large part of the AAU is just that, the youth program. The karate program has competition from age 5 through 18. This program also it offers a platform for anyone to get out and to perform and to learn in a good traditional setting of karate.
I know that the AAU has Junior Olympics. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, the AAU started the Junior Olympic Games in 1948, and all sports are represented here. In 1988, karate became a part of that. We have division competition from age 7 through 18. There's about 6,000 athletes, I believe, at last year's competition in 1991. Every year it grows. So this is something that you can't take away from a person. Win, lose, or draw, you know, being a part of the Junior Olympic Games is very important. Again, the discipline and the concentration. If you look at the face of the competitor, you can tell how involved they are with what they're doing, how much control they have over themselves. The flash bulbs and the noise, none of this affects their performance. Here comes the athletes, the adult athletes getting ready to do their kata competition. So let's just sit back and watch for a little while and see what we have in store here.
We'll be back to the 1992 AAU USA National Karate Championships in just a moment.
The year Gatorade came out, linemen moved a little slower. Runners were lonelier, and the only people who worked out were on TV. Sports have changed. So change your sports drink to All Sport. It's got a specially advanced formula. It's got the optimal balance of carbohydrates and fluids. And it's got a taste that makes Gatorade a thing of the past. New All Sport. Change your game.
Who's getting happy? Who's having fun? Who's been to Hooters? Come on, everyone, it's at Hooters. Hooters. Hooters makes you happy. Hooters makes you happy. Hooters makes you happy. Hooters makes you happy. Good times, great food, fun music, what a hoot. Hooters. Hooters. Everybody's getting happy at Hooters.
AAU Karate, first in amateur sports. Become involved with the Amateur Athletic Union Karate program, offering the finest local, regional, national competition structure, a gateway to the AAU Junior Olympic Games. AAU Karate has an extent of nationwide coaches and referee education programs, with an emphasis on quality traditional karate. AAU has the leading junior, collegiate, and senior programs in the United States, a tradition of excellence. The AAU, serving amateur sports for over 100 years. We're back here live at the 1992 AAU USA National Karate Championships at the Cincinnati Convention Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm James Edmondson, along with the Ohio president of the AAU and tournament director Mike Ritter. Now, Mike, we know that the AAU has a lot to offer for the athletes. What else do they offer?
Well, we have a national coaches and referees ASAP certification course.
Now, what is ASAP?
ASAP is American Coaches Effectiveness Program. This program started Wednesday with 4 hours of sports physiology, picking up Thursday with another 13 hours of coaches and referee training. This type of intensive training ensures the athlete that they're getting a better informed coach, a sharper referee, and better calls on the floor, fewer injuries.
Now, that's, that was the whole thing to promote less injuries, of course, is one of the things.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. The AAU wants to have the best prepared officials on the floor and available for the athlete.
Well, let's see some of the highlights of the ASAP seminar.
For karate basics, kata, and sparring, okay? Got a little bit more, and then we're going to go to the second phase of things, so just hang in there. Okay, we don't have the resources to hang the bag, so we're just going to do reaction time today. If you know how to use it, maybe get with a couple people that don't, and just give them a couple tips, okay? Basically, when this thing is plugged in and switched on to reaction time, you will get a random beat or a tone, anywhere from 3 to 10 seconds or somewhere in between, or even a little bit quicker. When you hear the beat, you want to hit the bag above or below the belt, anywhere on the bag, and it'll usually pick it up pretty good. And it'll pick up your technique. And then it'll list the time to the 100th of a second of the speed of your technique. So we're going to measure that speed, the reaction time, okay? The two things we're going to test today, you can do whatever you want, though, as long as you don't take up too much time for us. Our reverse punch and front kick, or something close if you do something else in your particular style.
Maybe stick to reverse punch so you don't knock the wall out.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. Also, we're doing reaction time, not power, not force, okay? So go easy on the wall. So stand as close to the wall as you can. Extend your arms straight up. Have your partner take note of that mark. For me, it's 10. Then I'm going to jump straight up in the air. Be careful, there's something here. Go straight up, straight down. Touch as high as you can go. Come back down. Take the difference between the two numbers. So if I start off at 10 and I can jump to 40, what's my score, okay? It's right there. That's your score. Write it down on your sheet, and we'll give you the norms for that later on. It measures the strength of your grip, which correlates with the forearm and the wrist and the hand muscles. If you don't have a strong wrist and you hit a bag hard, you know what might happen. You might buckle in the wrist, you might break a bone. It can be very detrimental. So is it an important component to fitness? Absolutely. You turn on the on button, get a good grip, hold it straight out in front, and squeeze like heck. And then relax. Take the number, it's measured in kilograms of force, okay? This test right here, all this stuff that we draw out on the floor, is a measure of dynamic balance. Tests that assess your dynamic balance are extremely rare, okay? It's not the best test. It's a pain in the butt to do, and it's, for some people, including myself, a very humbling experience. There's no question about it. Your partner's going to start this when you start the test. You're going to start on one foot, but you have to be on the ball of that foot. When they start, you hop to the first square, jump with either one of your foots onto that first star there, and land. Go ahead and do that. Count 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, then go to the next one, and alternate feet each time. Every time your other foot touches, or your heel touches, okay, or your hands touch your legs for stabilization, that's a scratch, that's a point off. Scoring is 50 plus the number of time it takes you to get from the beginning to the end, so you got to have that timer going, okay? Where's Mary at? Minus the number of errors. For each error, you deduct 3 points, okay? This isn't a weapon. These are just sticks. How long are they? About 2 feet or so, okay? We can measure them for you and let you know. This is to measure what? Coordination, okay? It's a flips test. Huh?
I said, is that light bright?
Okay, and this is for the coordination, so as you'll see, I have very little of this coordination. You want to flip the stick halfway through the air and then catch it like that. That's a half flip and you get a point for that, okay? You get 5 tries. Take 5 practice, so I took about 20 just so I didn't screw up in front of all of you today, okay? After you get the half flip down like that, then you want to go to a full flip. So flip it all the way up. Like that. You're really not supposed to move it.
Technically, my students will tell if I see you, I have to try to get it.
Boy, Mike, that was interesting.
Yes, this is a small example of our sports physiology program.
Now, it seemed like it was a lot of fun, but informative at the same time.
Yes, the clinic brings out a lot of knowledge. We have sports psychology, sports training techniques. We have coaches' philosophy and pedagogy, sports management, and then the AAU sports rules and regulations for the karates for a smooth competition.
Now, speaking of competition, what do we have coming up?
Next, we have the fighting. That's what everybody's waiting for. And this will be individual kumite.
All right, well, let's check out the action. Seems like these young athletes here have a lot of experience for their age.
Yes, and they're definitely the future of karate. They're great to watch, exciting and very entertaining. Okay, you can see the system here. The AAU uses the WUCO system. We will have a main referee. We'll have a Mira judge in front of him, assisting in the calls, and sitting in the back you'll have the arbitrator. All can be called on for their opinion of a technique. You can see him awarding a half point right now to the red side. Always to the right side of the main referee will be your red, and to the left side will be your white.
Mike, I was wondering if you can explain some of the lines that you see in the ring there.
Yes, the farthest line is the perimeter of your ring. You're not allowed to go outside, and you're also not allowed to touch that line. If you touch the line, then you're out of bounds. The line just inside of that is a warning line. You'll see also a pair of lines for the athletes to line up on, and then there'll be a pair of lines for the judge and the referee.
What do you mean by a warning line? Is there a penalty or anything like that?
No. I mean, the warning line is it gives the athlete an idea of that they're getting close to going out of the ring, so they have some pre-warning of where they're at. Again, when you see the referee's hand come down at a 45-degree angle towards the floor, this means a half a point is awarded to that side. If it goes up at a 45-degree angle above his shoulder, then this means a full point is awarded. If they're pointing their finger, then there's penalties.
When you mention penalties, do they take away any points there or anything?
No, points or penalties are in the manner of if one side incurs a penalty, a half a point penalty, that means that the opposite side will receive a half a point. It's not subtracted from their score. It's added to their opponent's score. So they have to be very careful. All right, the referee is telling him to keep his kicks up into a legal target area, and if you noticed him cover his fist, he gave him a atonion, which is an unofficial warning. Yame, you hear. This means stop the match. Okay, you see one of our medical staff working here. We have a very, very large medical staff from the St. Elizabeth Sports Medicine Center here in Cincinnati under the direction of Mark Healy and Dr. Mike Miller. The AAU likes having an excessive amount of people here in this area to serve our people in the warm-up area and on the floor.
and they do an excellent job.
Oh, absolutely. This was one of the best groups we've ever had work with us.
Now, why is the other opponent turned around?
Well, they'll sit down during an event like this. When someone is stopped, they'll sit down and turn around. That gives the one athlete time to calm down, gather themselves, and come under control. And it's not an offensive position against the person they're fighting with. Looks like he ran into one there. There is judgment calls of where people run into the opponent's attack also. So you have to watch, whether the person maliciously attacks the person or if somebody actually runs into the punch.
You were.
What you see here is our staging area. We have an area that we'll pull people into, give them probably 30 minutes or so to warm up and collect their thoughts and get ready for competition. We will then pull them into their division, line them up the way they are going to compete, and they'll be marched out to their particular ring, ready for competition. You'll see everybody back here trying to, they have their own ways of getting ready for the competition. They'll work with somebody else, practicing blocking and practicing their forms. Some of them, as you see, laying on the floor just trying to relax. Others setting and trying to get control of what they're doing, get themselves under control. So this is a very important time for the athlete before they go out to compete. We have a full schedule of competition this afternoon, so let's just sit back and watch how things go this afternoon.
See that we have some senior competition here.
Oh yes, you can see real clear the quality of the competitor here. These people have been around for a while. They know exactly what they're doing. Their conditioning is great. They're ready. Very good technique. Very good. Excellent technique.
Plainwood's a good solid punch.
Oh yes. The young people are very fast, but these people have the experience. The senior 35 and over division is split up by less than 4 years and 4 years and greater in experience of karate training. Very fast. You can see the size difference here. Karate is, I mean, yes, nowadays we do weight divisions, but size doesn't make that much of a difference in karate if you're a true karate guy. You should be able to handle yourself either way. Good technique. Half point to the white side, or red side.
Over there, there's a booth right over on the other side of the bleachers. Oh, that's what you're doing it for? Yeah, Platinum Video. We're the ones that's doing the screens now.
Did you get the last match? My match?
The last one on here? No.
Well, Mike, that was pretty good individual competition there. Now, of course, next we have team competition. What is team competition?
Well, team competition is when 3 athletes from the same dojo, association, or region, or even college will come together to compete.
Now, how are the winners decided in this?
The winners are decided by the number of bouts won in a match, or else the collective points in a match.
Okay, let's check out some of the highlights of the team competition.
You've seen a couple examples here of making face contact, and they're being penalized. In the AAU, there is no face or head contact. If that happens, then there'll be a penalty awarded. It is a target area. You might recognize the man on the left. He's Andre Tippett. He's a linebacker, all-pro for the New England Patriots. This man's used to a lot of body contact. The competition area, it's very important to stay in those boundaries. Going outside of the boundary can cost you. You get penalized for going out, and your opponent will receive a half point or a full point, depending on how many times you go out. You can actually lose this way, too. This gentleman actually lost his bout by going out too much. You have to have that ring savvy, how to move around and stay away from those edges. You can tell these two are very competitive athletes. They're really mixing it up here. You'll see a lot of contact to the body here. Hikiwake, what you have is a tie bout here, which I believe makes this a tie match. So they're going to have to go to points to decide the winners.
Wow, Mike, that was great competition.
Absolutely. Team competition is always exciting.
Now, what do we have coming up next?
Right now we're setting the arena for the final bouts this evening to decide first and second place in the advanced divisions from the youngest all the way up.
Now, over the past 3 days, we've had a lot of bouts and a lot of winners.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the winners up to date.